Hi, Michael, Don, Peter,
Oh, no.
Michael.
Well, there you go. How did I feel about it, Michael? There you go. I don't know if you heard it live, but
Good evening to Don.
so I look like the kid that is going to the grocery store for his mother, and she taped the list of groceries to my chest because otherwise I'd lose it.
Now, real quick, we may need a drop because this is very typical, but it's a good version of it. Is there every time Richard calls, this is such a classic version of his phone fumble.
Let's go to Richie in Manhattan. Richie.
Hi, Michael, Don, Peter,
Oh, no.
Michael.
That's the sound of going from speaker to.
But it's the double whammy. Listen, it hits the first one, and then there's a follow-up. It's a 2-second
Let's
operation.
go to Richie in Manhattan. Richie.
Hi, Michael, Don, Peter,
Oh, no.
Michael.
A lot of fumbling there. Good evening to myself and Michael. Find a way during the commercial
I'm going to tell you what you're going to say.
to zoom out your camera.
Yes, I
Because
know.
you look like a freak.
You know what a lot of people said, Peter? You didn't. I look like A.J. Hawk.
No.
No, it was a screen full of
No,
face.
you gave Hawk.
Some
no
Hawk
Tua.
vibes.
Yeah, there was no Tua.
Here's good evening to myself and Michael. Now is he too small? Hold on. Now he's miniature. No,
Now,
Mike.
Tiny Mike.
We love Tiny Mike. Little Mike. Mini Mike, we call him. Guys, a lot to talk about. Let's start with real quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time here because I do want to get into some local foosball and some other things of that nature and more NFL action. But the New York Knicks center, Mitchell Robinson, will miss the beginning of the regular season after ankle surgery this offseason. It has been confirmed to ESPN that thin center spot for the New York Knicks will get a bit thinner. Robinson played 31 games last season and underwent the ankle surgery in December. And then again, hurt his foot/ankle, a little, that area, the region, if you will, in that series against Philadelphia, and missed the final 6 games of the series with the Pacers. They're hoping to get Robinson back in December or January.
And no more Hartenstein now, too.
And there's no more Hartenstein, of course. So
That's not that's not good news. I mean,
It's not-
what they're going to have to do is they're going to play Randall at center a lot.
And it's also just kind of become what you've grown to kind of expect, unfortunately. It just feels like Robinson is a nice player who's not altogether available. And that will be where the Knicks season begins.
Oh, it's bad news, Mitchell Robinson.
It's bad news, Mitchell
Jesus loves you
Robinson.
more
Your
than you
ankle's
will know.
not healing the way it should. Ooh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, I don't know if anybody realized that. That was not planned. That just happened.
Yeah.
That was unrehearsed. As polished as it sounded.
I know.
That's kind of loud and irritating.
Even though it sounded that good. By the way, guys.
So think about that. That could be your tooth. Don't put a lot of thought in my wardrobe.
Yeah, what is the thought? That sounded like me.
Thought, I think when you continue to wear clothes of a frequency you're not on, it's thought. Don't put a lot of thought in my wardrobe. If I put thought into it, I wouldn't do it anymore.
Didn't have that, Peter, that had a K vibe. Thought.
Thor?
Yeah.
Thought.
Yeah.
But so just imagine he's cleaning your teeth, and that fumble going from speaker to the handheld, that could be your molar.
Gosh, that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought.
That's a thought.
Unrelated, Don, you know what I almost I lost an auction for this weekend? I was so excited.
Is this on eBay?
It was not on eBay, which is why I didn't win, because I didn't know how the site worked well. It was on a different bidding site, a different auction site. I was bidding on an actual prop flyer from Back to the Future, a Save the Clock Tower flyer, but one of the actual ones from the film.
Wow, how much did that go for?
I got to check what it went for, but I know it went past what I bid. I threw down $250 at it.
That's worth it.
I thought to frame it and have it in your house, an actual. Now get this though, on the same auction. Guess what was available? Talk about it. If you go to someone's house and you see this, you go, "Oh my God!"
The hoverboard?
Not the hoverboard.
The clock tower?
Not the actual clock tower.
That would be
The DeLorean?
Michael J. Fox's actual copy of the Gray Sports Almanac.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Which I thought that didn't work.
What do you mean? It's how Biff got rich.
But you can't have 50 years of scores in like a magazine form. You ever see the Baseball Encyclopedia? I mean, there would be more pages to it, right?
It's a great point by you. But this one...
But people back then had better eyesight. They're very small type.
That's a great point also. And on the inside back cover is a little hand-drawn fox that Michael J. Fox had drawn inside his Gray Sport. How much do you think that was going for?
I was sure that was probably going upwards of 5 figures. I would say like 10,000.
I say 200 grand.
It was at 20,000.
You should have bought it.
I don't know what it went. Now, that was a bit outside.
This was just there were probably many flyers. Was there a separate one for the flyer where she wrote her phone number or scribbled something down?
Well, no, that would be I didn't see that available.
That'd be something.
Oh man, see that she loves me, dog. Wow, I didn't get it. Anyone? Also, someone who didn't get it this weekend is Antonio Pierce. He didn't get the performance of his Vegas Raiders against the lowly Carolina Panthers. And as he said, he actually said he believes some of his players made business decisions.
I think there was definitely some individuals that made business decisions, and will make business decisions going forward as well.
Sheesh.
What does that mean? I mean, like they didn't give full effort?
Well,
that's how I read it.
The effort that they gave wasn't for the team or for the win. It might have been for their own personal stats or their own personal safety. That's the way I took it, that there were a lot of people that were thinking about themselves and not the team. So this got Jet fans excited because if the Raiders are already maybe tapping out in week 3.
Well, how can they, though, coming off of
that
a big win last week? You think they're going to all of a sudden...
But if they're making business decisions and he's losing the team and he's calling people out and they're going to be making...
Does anybody know, Anthony, was there anyone specific that people know he was referring to?
People just assumed he was talking about Davante Adams.
Well, he's talking about Davante Adams. That's why Jet fans are excited.
I mean, but I'm watching the receivers show. They love each other. Adams was the main person pushing for him to be high. Can't be Davante Adams. Can't be.
Unless things have fallen apart
that
since
would be
the receiver
sad,
show.
Unless Davante Adams is trying to get traded to the Jets.
Because don't forget, Michael, that receiver show was shot last year.
I know.
So a lot can happen.
Oh, yeah. A couple of games, everything changed.
By the way, Peter, I have a show for you in that.
Is it a Penguin?
Nope.
Because I started it yesterday. It's tremendous.
Perfect Couple.
I started Perfect Couple, the mystery vehicle. I heard it's like whatchamacallit,
Nicole Kidman.
And
Liev Schreiber.
The first episode didn't grab me.
Oh, keep watching.
Really? I thought it felt kind of cheap.
I haven't seen the Penguin yet, but have you seen the trailers or whatever?
Yeah, and I watched it last night.
But if you didn't know, how long would it take you to guess that's Colin
Never.
Farrell?
I would have never guessed.
It would be impossible, right? All right, so you look at, but if you didn't know, there's no way you would think that's Colin Farrell.
It looks like him to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Only because did you know right away?
Honestly, can I tell you the truth? Right now, as you're saying it, last night, I watched it, and I went, who is this again? So, does that answer the question for you or against you, Don? I guess it's for both of you. So,
no, I think that works in favor of me. That you knew who it was, but you didn't remember.
I knew it was someone big, but I'm like, who is it again?
But you probably
but you're
dug
right.
it out of your mind, not the way he looked.
You know what? You're right, because in my brain, he actually may have felt more like Joaquin Phoenix than Colin Farrell. So, all right, moving along. But by the way, strong recommendation. Natalie blew through the whole Ryan Murphy Menendez brothers show this weekend as well.
How'd that go?
She said she was like half in, half out. It was one of those things she had on. She didn't seem completely dialed in. I heard people love it. My dad, who was very big on the Menendez case when it happened, he used to affectionately refer to my brother and I as Lyle and Eric.
Oh, my goodness.
Affectionately?
Is that a weird thing, by the way? That in retrospect, my dad used to often joke back then, calling us Lyle and Eric.
That's why I think you're taking liberties with affection.
Oh, this is so exciting.
My dad tapped out on it because he said it's completely unrealistic. Like, it's not based on the real. He doesn't see it as true enough to the story. All right, Andy Dalton, what does this win say about the Panthers, baby?
I mean, it shows what we can do. I think that's for us. It's like, all right, we showed what our standard is now. We know what we can do, and the goal is to be able to prove that each week. And for us, this was a big win, first one of the year. Now it's like, okay, let's go. We know the possibilities out there. We got to go play to that standard.
Meanwhile, things not so sexy in Miami. The Dolphins get crushed by the Seahawks 24-3. No signs of life whatsoever. Mike McDaniel, what say you?
You have to look at everything, and you have to find a way to give your team a best chance to win. I think 2022, this was something that happened to us as well. And, ultimately, the rest of the league does not care, nor should they. We have to find a way to get better collectively, and that's going to take a better effort by everyone, including myself, or starting with myself.
I can't stop thinking about the meme I saw about Mike McDaniel last week, that it showed a picture of him, the side-by-side. You've probably seen it, Anthony. The side-by-side of, his first day as head coach. And then it's 2 weeks after living in Miami, and he literally looks now, physically. If you look at how he dresses and what his hair he looks like he became a Miami drug lord. It's and he looks like such a dork when he showed up. It's insane. The Dolphins are in trouble. WNBA, Caitlin Clark, bad struggles in her first playoff game. 93-69, the Fever were trounced. Big Liberty win in their series. They are now up 1-0 against the Dream. That'll do it for ENN. Brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during their Ram Power Days. Thank you, Don. Thank you.
Little stat on the Dolphins. They have not led at any point, even for a second, in any of their 3 games. It's been a bad year.